There's a rumor that Pitso Mosimane, coach of Wahda over there in the UAE, he's lost three out of the 5 games that he's had, 3 out of the last 5 games, and he's also sitting sixth on the UAE Pro League. And there's a rumor that Pitso might be let go by the team and might be a free agent. Pitso Mosimane, as we know, from Supersport, we know him from Sundowns, from Bafana, went to Al Ahly Saudi, where he promoted the team and got taken out right before the stars started arriving, and he headed over to the UAE. I think this calls into question the moves that Pitso has made. I think his plan was that he was going to go through the Arab world and make himself more known to the guys who own teams in Europe, and possibly go into Europe that way, because it seemed as though Europe doesn't want to go that route. But what I want to speak about is, if Pitso does leave, where does he go from here? That's why Ngayvali. What happens when Pitso leaves? Does Pitso get his move to Europe? Where did it go wrong? Did he take the right move to go that side? Is it panning out for him? A lot of Kaizer Chiefs have been saying to me, Kaizer Chiefs going to come in and do whatever. Will he come back to South Africa? These are all questions that I want to discuss with a panel, and I'm going to open the panel right now. So please, guys, you can request. Agent, there's this the green thing up here, the green tile up here, that tells you what we're speaking about today. So we're going to speak about Pitso today at Al Wahda. We're going to speak about Chiefs getting banned. We're going to speak about Banyana beating DRC and going to the next round of the Olympic qualifiers. And then finally, we're going to speak about Lionel Messi and his Ballon d'Or. So that's what we're going to speak about today. Let me see who's here. Lange, how are you?
I'm fine. Yes.
Tell me, what do you think about Pitso Mosimane and him leaving? There's a rumor that he might be leaving.
I think it would be a good move for Pitso. Akukho okukhulu engathi ubekelwe khona laphana. He can do more in our continent and mhlambe on other continents. Mhlambe nje usazothathwa enye European team. Mhlambe khona ucuthile nje lapha eEurope ozombona.
But then abamthathanga up to this point. Why bangamthathanga up to this point? Phela lo muntu uwina ama-CAF Champions League, uyile kuma Club World Cup. I think he finished third twice. Why bangamthathanga up to this point in Europe?
Ngicabanga ukuthi bawathatha kancane ama-skills akhe, because ama-skills Pitso makhulu. Mhlawumbe ukuthi usuke e-Africa and bathatha kancane ibhola lase-Africa. Yabo izinto ekanjalo. Nanokuthi ngeke vele uzokhipha like abakwazi uxosha ucoach okhona nje kanjalo. Bezofaka uma singekho isikhala ekufanele ngene kuso, asikho isidingo sokuthi beze bemthatha.
Okay. Let me bring in Agent. Agent, how are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You always give people space, man.
I always give them, because that's not supposed to be a monopoly of me only. You know, must give others a chance to hear them out. You know? But
what do you think of the situation with Pitso?
I think he was never gonna go to Europe, the African route. He was just going to cycle around the top teams. Al Ahly, Wahda, Esperance, Esperance. And the only other thing that I was seeing him coming back to was Chiefs. I think he's always admired Chiefs from a distance. So yeah, I think
Chiefs.
yeah. So because I didn't remember the way he left. You know, there's a saying that don't leave your behinds. You know, when you are leaving your room, you'll return to it you know.
mm.
So the way he left Sundowns wasn't nice, you know. Remember, he even fought the president. You're saying things about the president, so I don't think he would return to Sundowns. So the only way for him to return south of Africa is to Chiefs. You know, I don't think he has that affection of Pirates. So I never saw him going to Europe. If he wanted to go, Europe was to go through the Arabs, you know. So yeah, I kind of understood him. It was a good decision for him to go there, you know. So yeah, it's just unlikely that it didn't work out. And if he gets fired, for me, if I was his agent, I'd rather take him to maybe France second league, you know,
Okay.
yeah, League Two, you know, or to the Belgium League Two also, you know, because that's the thing. I don't think any European country takes Pitso into that league. You know, let's be fair about it. You know, so yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Kumo. Kumo, how are you, my brother?
Sure, Buena. How's everyone?
No, I'm good. We still need to fix that problem, but we'll do it. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think of this situation with Pitso, where there's a rumor that he's going to leave Wahda?
I wouldn't be surprised, eh? Like, Pitso, I love him. He's our father, eh? But sometimes his mouth, man, he's too honest. It can get him into trouble. Like, we appreciate it. He used to get away on August Sundowns because he had carte blanche. But you know how some people are, especially the Arabs, but strict, and there are laws, bruh. Hey, you just can't say whatever you want to the public platform.
You can't say anything you want to.
I don't know, like what do you want to? I can't follow league.
He's lost 3 out of the last 5 games. He won on Friday, but then the 3 games before that were all losses. That's what's starting the rumors. And apparently the club is assessing their options. That's what they say.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, when you're a black man, like you have to work twice as hard. And so when you gonna be that vocal, bashing your former club, even though they did you wrong, but still you were bashing them publicly, makes you look otherwise. And Kamo Happy, I think that's also why he can't make the drop to go to any European league. Because he's good, he's got talent, like he's got so much experience. I feel like he should be coaching the likes of your Everton, you know, like Lebo Pochettino. He could do the job possibly if they can give Frank Lampard a chance. Why not beat Maraish? This guy, Al agent said he's gonna come for Chiefs. I think no offense, but I think it's gonna be a downgrade.
It's not gonna work.
Gonna come back to. Yeah, if he's gonna come back to Africa, he should become as a head coach of some national team, or I think he's gonna open his own football academy. Those I think are his only options. So long.
Okay. Mindlo, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you? Mindlo, can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh, the network. It's fine. What do you think of Pitso's position right now? Hey, Mindlo, I think the delay is a bit bad. Try come back on. Langa, I want to come back to you. You know, Nangu Pitso, now, let's say, I know Ukuma touched on it. Where does he go from here? If you were Pitso's agent, where would you take him?
It would be a downgrade to go to Chiefs. Yes, it would be a bit of downgrade, but imagine taking that downgrade and making it an upgrade. Imagine say win CAF ne Chiefs. Imagine ukuthi igama lakhe lizothathwa libekwe lapho. I don't think ukuthanda i-team yakhe or into eceleni like zomnyisa phezulu. He's a coach. And it doesn't work for coaches or be part of team. But mengazama ama-Spanish second league kanjena or Europe second league mhlampe lawo ma-teams angamthatha because i-potential yena unayo and mase lapho-ke he can do anything ezomisa phezulu.
Marushilo naye ukuthi ngathi ama-African countries, ama-African coach abawafuni. Maybe should he just ayeke Europe and just be, a world coach, just bone Brazil, azihambele nje throughout the world.
I think useqalile vele wahamba throughout the world ungaqhubeka naleyo journey but sekuyi-mostly i-decision ye-manager yakhe because vele sesiyakhuluma but there are little chances zokuthi ngaze la e-South Africa ngisho nakwi-Chiefs nje i-Chiefs ngeke iqedele ucoach omusha sha iphinde uthathe uyamyeka e-free yakhumbula e-free Chiefs idinga ucoach manje Chiefs ayilaleli-ke yeah.
Okay, agent, what should Pitso's next move be, and should he give up on this European thing and become maybe a world coach?
Guys, I think before I answer your question, let's look at the best coaches that have come from Africa. You look at that guy of Egypt, I'm forgetting his name, that old man. You remember he was coaching Ahly in Egypt? Yeah, I don't think he had ambitions to coach at South Africa, Arabs, especially in Africa, suffer from illnesses that South Africans suffer from. Are comfortable in the environment, and who else? Then becomes Pitso, So you haven't had any coach, top coach, who deserves to go outside Africa, who was the best, or who wanted. It's only Pitso now, So whoever first starts that who breaks the line that Africans can do it, he's always gonna have he's always gonna have a tough time, And then it comes back to, I was watching agents on TK Solutions earlier on, and I was like, you know what? In football, sometimes not how good you are, it's how good your agent is. What connections does he have? And you look at Pitso. Pitso is being managed by his wife. No offense, he's not the big fish in the agents market. Look at Ubeni. Ubeni una coacha Amazulu. Amazulu and Captain Space.
Marabeni is a Champions League winner.
They know him, right? But Ten Hag, remember Ten Hag was the one who was what is the word? Who was selecting here? It's not a board of Manchester United. It was Ten Hag who was selecting the player. That's the coach. And Ten Hag I don't think it would matter about who won Champions League. Can the person do the job? So you want to tell me if Pitso submitted a CV and it was Pitso and Benny, you think they'll still choose Benny?
I think Benny is more familiar to them. I think if I'm looking for a strikers coach, even just marketing wise, if Pitso was coming in for strikers coach, I don't think I would bring Pitso in for that role. But then if I'm bringing in somebody from Man United, at least I can make I can make the jump and say, you know what, he knows what striking is in the English Premier League. You get what I mean? So even to sell it to fans,
Yeah, but I think, like I said, with the coach, you would say, but he's a striker's coach. He has a strike before, but look at this one. You are bringing in a wealth of experience, just for strikers, because I don't think Benny just focuses on strikers only. He focuses on the midfielders also, focuses on strikers also. So you bring in a person with such kind of wealth of a coach, a wealth of experience. So I think for me, the problem again with Pitso is his agent. If his agent was top class, no offense to Miss Mosimane, he would have found at least a job even in the third tier of English of the English leagues, or France or any. Because for me, the best way to access the market in Europe is take a team from first division, promote it. So if Pitso's ambitions are Europe, then he should tell his agent, his wife, that work in connection with someone from Europe who knows the European market, then put me into a first division team. I'll promote it myself. That's my
But do we believe that he hasn't done that? Is it maybe a deeper problem?
Like I said, for me, the thing is connection, bro. This is the football. You eat on connections. Are you connected enough? Because imagine, exactly going back to Ubeni. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it, but look at Ubeni. How many strikers coaches do you think are there in the world who are better than Beni? But because Ubeni's agent is linked to Ten Hag somehow, he was able to drop in the CV for Ubeni. And I heard Ubeni saying he wasn't the only one, there were many, So it begs the question, who got the invite? Because it was never a public job.
Okay.
And how can a person in Africa get a job, get an invite to a secluded job? So that's why it goes back to connection side. And for me, again, if it's ambitions, go to a second tier league. If you want money, stay in Arab world, or North Africa. Or if you want to be Dora the Explorer, or like Stuart Baxter.
Coach in India. At least Brazilian.
Go to India, go to Asia, go to those countries, because at the end of the day, when you look back, you say, I was in Africa, I won 2 caps. I went to Saudi Arabia, I promoted a team, I woke up a sleeping giant. I went to Asia, I did this. At the end of the day, that is also legacy, But if he wants love, go to Chiefs, What a better legacy. I'm not saying this as a Sundowns fan. What a better legacy would it be if he rebuilds Chiefs? The love that he's gonna get from there. He's going to be regarded as the best thing ever since sliced bread.
We'll make him the best thing ever. Even before he's done anything. But wait, let me go to Kumo quickly. Kumo, since you sort of answered this question, I'm going to ask you a new one. This will be the last question for the panel. Are we making African coaches believe that they can CV themselves into Europe when it's actually not true? What does an African coach have to do to go and coach in Europe? Like if Rulani decided that his pathway was to go to coach Arsenal or whoever, but let's pick a random big team, Arsenal. How would an African coach have to go about it?
I like what the agent said. Like, I think it's all about who you know and who you network with. Because there's a saying in business where they say your net worth is your network. Pitso has rubbed shoulders with Jurgen Klopp's, and Pep Guardiola's, right? At some conferencing. So he has connections. And really, if he wanted to go there that bad, I think he could have humbled himself more. I use the term humbling himself because we all know how Pitso is. He's a very proud man. So, and also age, I don't see him working under I'm going to use Lampard or Arteta. Like, what is he going to learn from them besides the English culture? Because I believe he's better than those two anyway. So, man, and he has no track record in Europe. If I'm not mistaken, I think he played in the USA back in the day.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
he could
so.
go there. Yeah. Okay. If they can get idiots like Wayne Rooney to go coach, I think he can also go to the USA and be a coach. No matter Rooney's not the sharpest tool in the shed. We all know that. So, yeah, he could do a great job that side. Ne?
Okay.
And I like how you always think he's gonna revive Chiefs. Ne?
Me.
There's no guarantee. Yeah. No, I'm talking about my fellow panelists here. I don't think he can.
Yeah, that environment is...
Yeah, and experience and history has taught us whenever Chiefs tries to emulate Sundowns by getting their CBD, Wawana, it hasn't worked out for them. So now you want to get Pitso. Or are Pitso those two egos are going to clash. Or Sundowns, like part of the reason why he was so successful. I'm gonna feel a blank check. But about do whatever you want. Remember here we were speaking about how the Motaungs more restricted, they buy players for you and things like that. Do you think Pitso like you know how he is? He's going to expose everything in public and while it's already the one about PR.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a clash of egos. It won't work, guys.
Okay.
Pitso if he doesn't coach Awule his own football academy or again and be the next Danny Jordaan, something along executives, because we could use him like a man of his skills up there.
Okay.
And by the way, Gekri.
Oh, we great.
Yeah, Kaizer no sharp.
Okay, no, sharp. What does an African coach have to do? If Rulani wants to go coach in the top leagues in Europe, he wants to go coach the biggest teams in Europe, how does an African coach get to that place? How would you advise if they were your client?
An African coach, cool because in the instance of Pitso, what has Pitso not done? He has played with them. He's taken a team from the bottom. Wathatha Sundowns esingayazi wayibeka le kakhulu yabaphezulu wahamba uyakwazi ngisho nokuthatha i-team ephezulu vele i-maintain ihlala iphezulu usakubona i-Ahly ukwazi ukuthatha abantu abehlile abasehlathini and promote them. Yini angayenzanga uPitso? Pitso has done it. And it's ngicabanga ukuthi ilento ayishilo u-agent mekuwukuthi kusho u-agent ukuthi breaking the line ukuba umuntu oqala it's always the hardest because very minimum people ababelieve kuwo.
Okay.
Yeah, so and-ke ukhona othe ukhuma uthe ilontuzana ngeke kwazi ukusebenza kwi-Chiefs. I believe that he can work kwi-Chiefs because isesebenze ngawo wonke ama-instance and uzokwazi ukulontuza. Uzobe kungasekhona ukuthi siyayikopela but uzokwazi uku-implement indlela yakhe ethi yena nendlela abona ngayo.
Okay. Okay, agent, I've come to you to be my agent. Tell me, I'm a budding young coach from Africa. I'm playing Champions League. I'm doing all these things. I want to go to Europe. How would you suggest I do it?
I think with
I'm Rulani. I'm showing people's flames in the African Football League. I'm there, KFCL. I'm doing all that. Wow.
I want to say something that many won't like.
Okay.
Pitso is a black juicy. He doesn't necessarily. I hear people talking about tiki-taka under Pitso with us. It was a semi-tiki-taka. It wasn't tiki-taka, you know?
But you guys, you knew how to be ugly at times.
You get, you know? And look at how he also elevated his game in Egypt, you know? So how many teams right now would take a Pitso kind of coach?
Yeah.
You know? He's like a Shondai which went to a private school, you know?
Okay.
Or those coaches are being taken out of the system, you know. So if anything, I feel like I would be disappointed personally. I may not necessarily. I'm ambivalent about the guy, but I would be disappointed if a brilliant mind like Urulani doesn't coach in Europe, you know. So how does Urulani get to Europe? It is the same way players in Africa get to Europe, you know. It's the same path. You know, it's rare that you find a best player in Africa going directly to those big leagues. You you look at Motaung, the path that he had to go through. There was a player in Botswana called Senato. He was signed by Atletico Madrid. He had to go and play for Atletico Kolkata in India under Stuart Baxter and Colwell. You look at Odenis Onyango. For how long was he the best African player? But no European team, as far as I'm concerned, came knocking. And it's different to Arabs, because Arabs, I think they're comfortable where they are.
Okay.
So you look at the players. Where did this man come from? He had to come from the French leagues. He had to come from second tier. So I think that's the path which coaches have to follow.
Okay.
Yeah, and someone is asking, what is special about Rulani?
Yeah. Okay, no, thank you to the first panel. Guys, feel free to request again if there's no space allocated after that. Then our next topic for today, we're going to speak about social media FC, as people are saying. But wait, before I speak about social media FC, let me give you my thoughts. I think that we're lying if we're saying that coaching in Europe is going to be based on merit coming from Africa. I think that Pitso Mosimane is one of the greatest coaches on the African continent. But the issue is that I don't think Pitso is celebrated and marketed as such. So when you're selling somebody to a team in any of the European leagues, especially coming from Africa, I think we forget about, again, the other parts of it, the marketing part, the public relations part. If you are selling you're selling Pitso, but if you're selling the greatest African coach ever, I think a few more European teams go, okay, I understand, we do this, we do that. You get what I mean? I understand you then. But Pitso's just another African guy. There's stories behind everyone. Benny doesn't get the story. It doesn't get to Manchester United because of his time at Amazulu, right? Benny gets there because Benny is known in Europe. He's known for Ajax. He's known wherever. He's a Champions League winner. Abo Mourinho are vouching for him when he tweets. I remember when he won a trophy with Cape Town City. Mourinho tweeted that, Instagram, that no, my coaches are winning that side. All of those things count to get you in there. So Pitso naye, you're not going to get into Europe through Saudi. You're not going to get into Europe to all of that stuff. You just need to get the marketing behind you that says, guys, you're signing the best coach in Africa. That's what you need to do. But if you're not going to do that and you're just going to let it go, then it's like, guys, what am I signing? How do I explain it to everyone? How do I explain Pitso to my team in England? I can explain Benny. Guys, remember that guy who was second only to Cristiano on the scoring charts? The guy who won the Champions League? The guy who was on fire in Ajax? Even Kimang, what's his name? Ten Hag could also say, oh yeah, I know him. I coached Ajax. He's an Ajax legend, or he played at Ajax. I can make sense of it, right? But if you can't do those things, Nabo Arteta, fine. Arteta had the connections with Pep. Pep vouched for him, and the PR and the media vouched that he's the greatest young mind in sports, yada. And then they took him and made him the coach, right? Sometimes it's not just about what you've done. It's also about who you know, one, but also how you're packaged. CV. Sometimes, man, you have to put the words in your CV. You have to do those things to be chosen. I think it's the same as the coaches and all of those people.